Okay, let's talk about constituents. I'm excited because this is going to be useful. If you are facing a sentence that you need to analyze, and if you can identify the lexical category of each word, and if you can also figure out which words function together as units, you've got a lot of the analysis done right there. And what we'll be doing is introducing some systematic tests that you can use to figure out which words function together as units, even if you face a sentence full of structures that you actually have not learned about yet, you'll still be able to do this. So, this is a really useful, powerful skill to have. All right, focusing on determining which words function together as units. Those units we call constituents. I imagine you may be most familiar with constituency, referring to kind of in a political arena to a group of people who have the same elected official that represents them. But more generally, constituents are the parts that make up some larger whole. And in the study of sentence structure, constituent refers to these are the elements that make up sentences. You can also see them as defined as groups of words that function together. Much of the time, you can think of constituent being the same thing as a phrase. Phrases are all constituents. But those aren't the only constituents. There are also larger ones, that is, clauses. And we'll be working on those much later in the course. It's important to realize that sentences are made up entirely of constituents. So when you're analyzing something, be sure that there isn't anything left over. That would not be possible. Every word goes into some constituent. For example, they could be really short. Dogs, that's one, bark is another. Or they could be a little longer. Those dogs is a constituent, bark is another. And in that first one, we could embed another constituent in it. Those dogs with fluffy tails is a constituent, and it has a shorter constituent with fluffy tails in it. And then bark is still a constituent by itself. If we change the verb, we could also have more complexity in that second part. Chase is one constituent, red frisbees is another. Together, they make up the constituent chase red frisbees. Or there can be a third one in here. So we have chase, that's one, red frisbees is another. In the park is a third constituent, and it has a smaller chunk, a smaller constituent, the park, in it. Together, they make up the constituent chase red frisbees in the park. Okay, how does all this help us in analyzing sentences? Well, it's very common to have this kind of order. First the subject, the children, then a verb, and then very often some other stuff after the verb. The children play games in the afternoons. Now, contrast that with the children play games of chance. And with any luck, you're having an intuition that the structures for those two chunks are different, that these two are not exactly parallel situations. Specifically, in the first one, we have the constituent games by itself, and after it, next to it, the constituent in the afternoons. While in the second sentence, games of chance is a constituent, and inside it, we have a smaller constituent of chance. So this way, even if you're not sure what all the structures are in these two sentences, after this unit, you'll be able to figure out where the chunks begin and end, and that will give you this pretty good general idea of the overall structures of these two sentences.